Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the infamous chess battle. Accessorily, welcome back to Let's Play Shining Force 2. However, we are doing one of the battles I was looking forward the most, because this is a really awesome battle. It is also sometimes considered the hardest, although I strongly disagree with that, because that belief is based on a myth, which I'm going to be talking about. First off, let's look at the opposition. First off, we have a pawn right here. Pawns are really powerful. In fact, all the pieces are really powerful. They all feel like kind of one step ahead, one step up from the usual run-of-the-mill monsters, because, you know, we were having pretty easy time outside of Creed's Mansion. The monsters were about our level, if you will, quote-unquote, about our level. These feel just a little tiny tad bit higher than that, and that's kind of scary. So they have a lot of attack. They, I believe, have the highest attack. Yeah, definitely. So they have the highest attack. Their defense is also the highest. You remember how this thing said, "He gave me this armored body." That's not impressive at all. Their armor is impressive. They have a lot of defense. They have the lowest amount of health, I believe, however. No, queens do. Queens suck, by the way. I'm gonna get to them soon, but yeah. For the infantry, pawns, and knights, they have the least amount of HP. They have the most defense, the least amount of HP. But yeah, their power is all in attack and defense. They don't have much HP. So Kaizen's a good option against them, because he ignores their awesome defense. Yeah, so there's 6 pawns. 6? Isn't there normally 8? Well, yes, except this king is really special, and he has a harem of 3 beautiful queens. So the queens, they are beautiful and worthless, essentially. They're essentially a buffed up Dark Madam. And they do have, I believe they do count as a promoted freeze 2, so it's going to do a little bit more damage than the freeze 2 spell from the Dark Madams, but still, they're really weak compared to the rest. They never impressed me anyways. Even the king, he has a worse spell by a little bit, but he has way better attack, of course. He has better attack and then even the pawns. He has way more HP, like 25 more HP. And he has healers that have that focus on healing him, basically. They have heal 3, so, you know, even if they count as unpromoted heal 3, they probably count as promoted heal 3, but even if they did count as unpromoted, 2 heal 3s would completely heal the king, because unpromoted heal 3 heals for 30. So yeah, these are gonna be annoying, because they have heals with a lot of range, and they can, well, they can and will focus on healing the king if the king is in danger. Obviously. It's a good thing to do for them. So yeah, this is the bishop, the healer, that leaves the knight and the rook. The rook is somewhat unimpressive. 40 HP is decent, attack and defense decent, not great. What they do have is the Robin arrow, and if you remember what that arrow does, I'm gonna show you. It's the arrow with 3 range. Well, every arrow onward is gonna have 3 range. Kind of like the Robin arrow. These are the promoted weapons, if you will. So yeah, they have a lot of range. That's their novelty. And these knights, well, they are knights. They have the most HP out of the ordinary pieces. The king has more, but that's about it. They have a bit less defense than the pawns, a bit less attack, by not a lot. They have 2 less attack and 3 less defense, I believe. But they have way more HP, so they're way more HP, way more movement, 7 as opposed to 5, I believe. No, 6. Okay, they're not as bad as I thought. But yeah, they have more movement and more range. The power spear is a ranged attack, only 2 range, but still. So they're technically more dangerous than the pawns. There's way less of them, so you kind of don't notice them, but yeah. Oh, and as for the myth, yeah, so the myth is they don't go after you. They just stand there and you have to attack them, and since they're all there, you're fighting all of them at once, and that's a death wish, because they are really powerful. However, they're not. They are going after you. They just take forever to do that, because see, there's a pawn here who has to cross the whole field there. Once he gets there, him, another pawn, and the rook are gonna start edging towards you 2 squares at a time until they get in your range, and then they're just gonna run forward and smack you in the face or something. And once this group is done, the rook here has to cross the whole way over here, and then it and 2 other pawns are gonna start edging forward slowly. So they do eventually go after you, but it takes forever. So few ways to do that. You can try to draw the king away a little bit and try to nuke him before you get too much involved into some kind of general melee in the middle, or you can try to be very patient and take every group one by one as they come. Or I'm gonna do kind of a middle solution, because I had the most epic battle ever on this battle. My most epic battle ever. I took out everything in a kind of general melee in the middle. Kind of, but not really. So what I did, that was the first time that I tested the theory, that I doubted the theory that they don't come after you. So what I did, I just bunched up in the middle like I'm doing right now. Bunched up in the middle and waited a lot to see if they would come. They eventually came at me, like I said they would, just earlier. So yeah, this is definitely a myth. Myth busted! Ha ha ha! Yes, myth busted, and they do come after you. So the problem with that one time, I was playing on normal, but that one time I eventually got dragged into the middle, because the archer shoots you from afar. Right, he can shoot you like from over here, and from over there he sometimes is in range of the healer, who sometimes came down to heal him, and I was like, I'm gonna maybe try to range snipe the healer because it's a healer, it's an important target, etc. So I kind of slowly got dragged into the middle, where I started to fight in general melee. I tried to back down at some point, and just everything was after me. And it took me everything. I had only 5 characters left at the end of the general melee, but I did kill everything, and then the king. That was epic. I was sweating that time. It was just, I did it. Yes, yes, I did it. But, you know, that was epic. And I'm gonna try to do the same thing, because normally, if you really want to wait for every freaking group, don't do your formation in the middle. If you want to be safe, really safe, do it in the corner or something. You're sure to not drag anything else than what you want from there. In the middle, like I'm doing, you're taking risks, which is what I want to do. Because, you know, the epic usually is somebody getting out of a bad situation, and the best way to get into a bad situation is to make a mistake. So I'm making the mistake of being in the middle in the hopes that it creates a bad situation for me that I can still get out of, and be epic while doing so, you know? So it's gonna be fun times, and they also already started edging forward without waiting for the pawn. That being said, the pawn takes forever. They take forever to cross, so I'm glad they're doing that, because they're still gonna take forever. So for now I'm just gonna wait. This is, by the way, the same day that I recorded the Heroes of Might and Magic 6 videos from yesterday, which would be Friday, because this normally will come out Saturday. Yep. So this is the day that I just got hired for a job and stuff, and I'm very happy about it and all, and I'm talking about that because I have nothing to say about the game right now. We're just waiting. Maybe I should cut. I don't know. I'm just waiting for them. There's gonna be action soon enough. I don't know. Soon enough. Oh, by the way, I know what I forgot to say. The white squares are 15% terrain, and the black squares are 30% terrain. That's how it works in this game. So, yay. Yay for that. By the way, Peter gets, well, I remember in my most epic battle here yet, that Peter got two-shotted by pawns. So be careful about that. Peter is not the greatest thing ever yet. He's going to be later. But for now, he's not the greatest thing ever. And yeah, if you're trying to do a defensive line, try to do it on the dark. I have Chester and Peter not on the dark. Peter doesn't matter. Chester kinda doesn't matter. Actually, I should have Leo there, but he was far and whatever. I just improvised anyways. I didn't plan this formation in any way, shape, or form. Okay, they're getting close now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Close like they are in range right now. I think I'm gonna remove Chester from there and maybe get Leo there. Well, at least there's only one pawn in range of Peter, so he can't exactly get one-shotted very easily. Well, two-shotted, I mean. The enemy would have to get double attacks, which could happen. I mean, last battle, I always say double attacks are really rare, but last battle kind of proved me wrong. If you remember last battle, you probably watched last battle. And I'm leaving May defenseless. Oh no, but that's fine because nobody's in range of her. They're just barely in range of Chester as it is. Please, Leo, get there so you can draw the attention of the pawn away from Peter. Because Peter's kind of a little bit vulnerable. And the pawn did not want to charge forward because it's attached to the rook. That's right, it's on follow the rook orders. So this is 5 movement or 4? Very slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. This is the line it can shoot. Let's give it a target. Yeah. This is gonna drag it all the way here, which is gonna be out of range of most everything. So maybe I'm gonna move forward a little bit because I want it to be epic and stuff. We'll see what happens. It's not very important yet. I have very little chances of drawing other pieces into this if I drag the rook so far down, but what do you want? I'm gonna play it like I feel it. I'm feeling this way. I am going to kill everything. That is my objective, definitely. I will say this much. I do like the music. Music's kind of cool. Oh yeah. Oh, by the way, this is the first of 2 boss battles in a row, and they are kind of the end of section, if you will, because there's 4 regions, 4 definite regions in the game. There's Grant's Island, South Bermesia, which we're in right now, and then we get to 2 more regions later on that I'm not gonna spoil yet. But 2 regions, or 2 chapters, if you will, quote-unquote chapters. And those 2 boss battles are pretty much the end of the second region. Also, if you will, the midpoint. So they are hard for a reason. This is the midpoint of the game. And cool, more arrow launchers. Yeah, it's a rook. It's not an arrow launcher, but it's a buffed up arrow launcher. It's really annoying. Be careful. I don't think the pawns are in any position to two-shot Peter from where they are, but let's just be careful. I don't know what my experience is looking like. If I get into a general melee, I'm not even going to be looking at that. The important part is killing them as efficiently as possible, giving out experience to whomever I want to have experience is counterproductive in that regard. So if I get in the general melee, gonna avoid choosing who gets what experience. I'm just gonna go with the flow, and I'm going to re-equilibrate everything afterwards. Yeah, next battle is much less hard. The boss is more powerful than this king, but the battle itself is not harder. It's easier, actually. Yeah, so see, 3 hits to kill this? No, I don't want this to happen. And please don't kill the rook. I don't care, actually. You can do. Okay, you kill the rook. Whatever. I gave experience to somebody who's not gonna be used again after this battle. Oh well. Stuff happens. Okay, gotta heal the not the turtle, it's fine. The phoenix, there you go. Ah, yes. Do conserve your mana a little bit if you can. You can cast 4 of them spells, heal 3 spells instead of 3 now. This is awesome. Maybe I should use it more. No, don't. It's not mana efficient, even though you have more mana. It's not mana efficient, and you're gonna need a lot of mana here. And who's in range right now? This is a queen. Oh god, 1, 2, 3. Oh my god, it's in range. You know when I said I'm not gonna drag anything down here, I think? Well, I think I will draw some things down here. Oh god. This is a bad place for Chester too. Because they're gonna be using, well, spells. Normally. And, they're gonna be hitting a large group. Because those are the, magic users up there. Ugh. Oh my god, no, you're not going there. Magic users are in range of all this. You're just gonna... Actually, they're in range of Rick too, so you're gonna come here. Hopefully the pawn cannot get to Kazan. Now it can get to Sarah though. I'm gonna leave Peter here. Oh god, I stopped myself from... I don't want to do that. You know why? Because the witch is gonna have a perfect 5 people, because she has 6 movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If the pawn goes away, and he is, because he's in range of Kazan. If the pawn goes away, the witch can just target here. That would be disastrous. I'm not doing it. You can go and protect Kazan. I don't mind losing road. No, that's not road, that's Elric. I'm stupid. Green top is Elric. Oh, there we go. Just in time, Elric. Elric's not gonna die. Yep. It does exactly half damage though, so he can't exactly take another hit. She did not want to come down here. Well, I was freaking out for nothing. Oh well. Let's kill the pawn, how about that? She could have come down though, which would have been scary, to say the least.